That's right. That's right. This is your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill, and this is another episode right here on Nerds at Night, right here on the Drunk Banthas channel. You have joined me on the Bantha Bunch Show. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on in here and join us. Don't be shy. Do not be afraid. Do not be alarmed. We don't mean you no harm. I am your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill, as I stated earlier, and this is the Bantha Bunch Show. Yes, but I cannot do it by myself, even though mostly I do. I am also joined here tonight, by your girl, Penny P. Producer Penny. Can you talk for a second? No? It's okay. We keep it pushing anyway. Derpy Entertainment says Creature Commandos is the bomb. I'm inclined to agree with you there, Derpy. I am inclined to agree with you. That's right. Tonight, we're talking about the Kings of Tupelo, a Southern Crime Saga. And we're talking about Creature Commandos, episode 1 through 3. Sorry, hadn't gotten to it, but, we're here now, baby. Actually, I decided that I was going to do this show late because I didn't know we weren't going to do it on the Bantha Bunch on the Drunk Banthas podcast on every Monday at 8:15 p.m. So same time as we start here, but it's also it's on Monday, and it'll involve me and my brother. And in case you don't know, that is Grandmaster Jedi Grayson. I just fucking screwed his name all the way up. Jedi Master Grayson. He will be joining me every Monday. Shout out to Jedi Master Grayson. He is my brother in real life. Not no bullshit, cousins type shit. But shout out to Derpy, and shout out to everybody else watching. If you're watching on YouTube, Nerds at Night, or YouTube on Drunk Banthas channel, shout out to you, and also shout out to the people watching on Twitter. We got our Twitter people. Twitter, hello Twitter. Hi, love y'all. Actually, I don't think anybody's actually watching on Twitter yet, but it posts like it's a very weird situation the way it posts on Twitter. So shout out to anybody who hasn't seen it yet on there. Please you can jump back if you'd rather watch on Twitter, but if you're here right now, man, shout out to you. Appreciate you. I'm trying to pull up some stuff here because we got to talk about all this junk. So much junk to talk about, so much nerdy stuff to talk about. But again, I want to thank you guys for popping in here. Though, we have to make sure. Oh man, I don't have it going at the bottom. Sorry, guys. So if you're not familiar, we usually have at the bottom here not only the subject matter that we're talking about or the title of the show, but we always have this number here, our voicemail that you can call. It is the number is 323-680-4101. That's 323-680-4101. Now, Why would you call? You would call to get some things off your chest. You would call just to express yourself and involve yourself in the show. And you could call just to be heard. Sometimes if you tell me you don't want it to be heard on the air, I won't post it on the air. But you'll just leave the voicemail. I will not answer. So please don't get mad if I don't. But just leave your voicemail and we'll get it on the show. And that's what I want to do tonight. We have a voicemail and I'm going to play it. So let's see here. I just have to connect back to the board here. And none of y'all care about this one. I mean, none of you care about that. This one is from Buddha Cafe. So shout out to Buddha Cafe. Shout out to Lil Frothy. Frothy says, Bantha. Derpy Entertainment says, I'm here for the dog content. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know, we got to make sure everybody is pleased, everybody's taken care of when it comes to our constituency. Our issue is, or issue ain't, my constituency. But yeah, this one is from Buddha Cafe. Shout out to Buddha Cafe. Shout out to Buddha Cafe because haven't got many of these, but I just want everybody to know I haven't listened to any of this. So let's go.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. This is Buddha Cafe. I will talk to you guys later. But, you guys haven't talked about, at least not as much as I would have anticipated, about the movie Wicked. And there's a lot of shit going on with Wicked. I want you guys' opinion as like, they really, really fucked.
Oh, man, hold on. I don't know why it stopped playing it.
When it comes to the people that are
go back a little bit.
Going on with Wicked, I want you guys' opinion as like, they really, really fucked that shit up when it comes to the people that are in that movie that are not really into the movie, but instead they are more for trying to get people to feel the narrative that they're trying to dive into. So that's the key word, the narrative. And I wanted to know you guys' opinion. Like, do you think there is a narrative or is there something else going on, bro? Hit me up.
Well, first of all, shout out to Dylan again shout out to Dylan once again because, I said Dylan. Shout out to Buddha Cafe again. Shout out to Buddha Cafe for calling in. I haven't seen Wicked. And the agenda, what is the agenda that could be possibly posited here, or the narrative that could be posited here? I'm not sure, but I am kind of messed up on every black person being green in Hollywood. You know, black people got to be green in Hollywood. I don't know why. You know, I know it sounds crazy, but go look. Show me the last time a white lady was green in Hollywood, and I'll wait. And it's only like black women. So show me the last time a white woman was green in a movie. That's to me the narrative. I don't know what narrative could be being perpetuated. So unfortunately, I don't have a great answer for that. He said a lot of shit's going on with Wicked. And so I wish if you guys have anything to elaborate on with that, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So, because I wanna know more, and I want to be able to give you a more elaborated and educated opinion on that topic. But if nefarious things is going on, we will get to the bottom of it right here on the Bantha Bun Show every Thursday, bitch. We will get to the bottom of it.
Being called the melatonin.
Oh man, sorry. I'm trying to pull up a clip, and that was a motherfucking ad. Fucking hate YouTube sometimes. What? No, not me. I was just joking. I love YouTube. Could never live without it, and would never say, ever say anything different, ever. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Anyway, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, man, let's get to the shits. We here, right? We might as well just get to it real quick. Oh, first I want to say we're definitely going to be talking about Jamie Foxx and his new special. I just don't have time to get to it today. I seen a little bit of it, but I want to get to what we're going to get to tonight first. Oh man, I can't wait to get into this stuff with you guys. First we're going to talk about excuse me, I don't want to burp into the microphone. But first we're going to talk about the Creature Commandos episode 1 through 3. Let me just pull up the synopsis here. The synopsis for what happened. On this last episode. So so this is for the most recent episode 3. And then I'll explain some more of episode 1 and 2, even though I know most of you already heard about that, right? So we're not going to spend too much time on 1 and 2. But episode 3, we have the character GI Robot, who has been, well, we get a little backstory on him this episode, which is actually really cool. Well, let me take that back. It's really cool if you're not a Nazi, because the GI Robot, he kills Nazis. And gotta say, he's one of my favorite characters, and was my favorite character, like, right off the bat. Dude is hilarious. Like, sorry, I was coughing, but dude is hilarious, man. Like, he's got some of the best lines in the show so far. Really fell in love with him immediately, right? This episode starts out when the World War II team waltzes into it goes back in time. World War II team waltzes into a trap, and GI Robot shows he was a wonderful little Nazi counter. He has a wonderful little Nazi counter at the bottom right of his vision. So he starts counting up a bunch of Nazis and obliterates them with his arm guns. It's simple, it's grotesque, and exactly what it needs to be. That's just, why did that sound like an article that I just read, but it was the synopsis, so that's weird. But yeah, your guy GI Robot revels in his glory days and finally gets his wish to kill Nazis. This episode was really dope. I had a lot of fun. Shout out to shout out to Talking Turd TT. What up, TT? Banthas and nerds, what's Amagos. What's up, Amagos? What's up, amigos? What's up? What's up? What's up? Talking Turd says, Bantha's nerves. What's up, amigos? How's it going? Tell us how's it going down in Mexico, man. How's it going down there? How's the weather? Is it hot? It's kind of cold here right now. When I say it's cold, I mean it's like 50 degrees at night. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, man, GI Robot and all the ladies. Hold on. Cloudy and cold, says Talking Turd. Well, same here in LA. So we'll have to struggle through these terrible, terrible times, my brother, because they're not going to, we live this beautiful, privileged life of sunshine and beaches. And we can't even use the beach because it's too cold. See, y'all don't know nothing about them kind of problems. These are sad, sad days when you live a life of beauty and love. But yeah, sorry for shitting on everybody who's not on the West Coast and South right now. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I'm enjoying this show so far. This episode was I don't know if it was my favorite or not. But yeah, I like the way that they're setting it up so far. We've got we've gotten a, like, what do you call it? A origin story for each show. I mean, for each episode so far, for one character or another. We've got, it's either one character or two. I feel like the last episode the first episode we learned about the green fiery skeleton guy. And then in the second episode, we definitely learned about the female Frankenstein lady. And then in the third episode, we get GI Robot's backstory. GI Robot's backstory was probably the most fun, you know what I mean, so far. I'm pretty sure we only really got just the Frankenstein lady, female Frankenstein, lady Frankenstein, Mrs. Frankenstein. I don't know. Anyway, we got her. I think we only got her backstory, really. But anyway, as I was saying, GI Robot, he is introduced to us. We are introduced to him at the beginning of this episode when he's going through the camp with his battalion, which is apparently they're from the comic book. But, if you want that kind of information, I urge you to go over and check out Master Tainment's breakdown on heavy spoilers, or you could go over to Screen Crush and see their breakdown for the episode and episodes of the show on YouTube for that kind of information. But you do that after you've left here with all the jokes and the entertainment, and then what else? Looking at my sexy beard as it comes in. You can literally just sit here and watch my beard grow. You could do that. Don't fret. But you can live this life right here where you watch my beard grow and listen to my voice all sexy like. But anyway, the him and his battalion are going through the woods. They get ambushed by the Nazis. But as all of his friends are being shot and they're hiding and fearful for their lives, and this is the last moment that they're gonna have. Old GI Robot, nah, brother. He is having this buildup of joy, jubilance, because he gets to kill Nazis. See, this is only This is his only existence. It's the only reason he needs to be around. He's here so he can kill Nazis. That's his only deal, man. And it's so funny. Like, it's his only deal to the point where it's hilarious. Like, they ask him several times if he's ever wanted to go have fun, if he wanted to relax. And it always leads to the best way for him to relax is for him to kill Nazis. And we see that. We find out, like I read earlier, we find out that he has like a Nazi counter when he scans people, and he's able to see and scan tattoos and markings, things that would tell him whether or not you is a Nazi. And yeah, I don't think that there's a way to make, I mean, unless you are a Nazi, I don't think you can feel badly about someone killing Nazis. It's like a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Excuse me. Talking Turd says Creature Commandos looks fun. People watch weirder shit. Yeah. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly suggest it, like, because the violence is a spectacle. You can tell that, first of all, this is written by James Gunn. And shout out to James Gunn. I'm going to mention something about James Gunn that may not seem positive in a minute, but it's not that I have a problem with James Gunn in any way, shape, or form. I'm just here to give cogent analysis. That's it. That's all I'm here for. But the violence in this show is very much so a spectacle. You're here for it. It looks like that's how it's going to be, because in this episode it ramps up for sure. It is like people getting shot with bullets and pieces of their body parts just flying off, pieces of their, quarters of their face just blowing in different directions. I'm trying to not be too graphic for YouTube, but yeah, you just to surmise it to say there are a lot of very cool and interesting ways for people to be unalived in this show, and they do it in very creative ways, in a way that's like homage to like, what's his name? Damn, Quentin Tarantino. It's like homage to Quentin Tarantino type violence, but I don't know, Derpy. You can tell, you probably know better than me as far as what I'm talking about right now, but you let me know if you feel the same way, or anybody else if you feel the same way, if you've seen it. But yeah, I got a little vibe of Quentin Tarantino in this episode. There's some scenes, man, where you're just like, damn, why you shoot him like that? That's just crazy. Like, but we see flashbacks in the previous episode. So excuse me, we see flashbacks of GI Robot throughout the episode. In the previous episode, the team gets ambushed. It's crazy situation, blase. Cersei is like trying to kill this princess. The princess is mad freaky, and she gave up the cheeks in the first episode. So y'all go check out that episode if you want to know more. But they end up getting ambushed. They have to go back to check on the princess, and they end up seeing that the palace is being ambushed and as well, and they're just man, the violence kicks up another level at that point. And when I say it kicks up, I mean, damn. You're like, whoa. I thought this was for kids. This show is not for kids. And really, you know that if by the first episode, to be honest, no spoilers. Check out the first episode. I'm telling you, check out this show. If you think that this is for kids, you're wrong. Just because it's animated don't mean it's for children. I would not let my children watch this. Just so you know. 12-year-old, we got 12-year-old, wouldn't let them watch this shit. Just so you know. But yeah, get back to the palace. The team is getting ready to this show is like Suicide Squad. They're a team, Waller is involved, all that BZ blase. So the team is pinned down, gunfire is going off, and G.I. Robot has another flashback. He goes back to the days. Now, he's had plenty of flashbacks, but I'm speeding through all of them because you should go watch it for yourself if you really want to, know more. But they're speeding through all these flashbacks, and we get to this flashback as the team is pinned down, and they the G.I. Robot has been purchased by an army war collector. He likes to collect pieces of things from history. Well, he purchases Mr. G.I. Robot and goes back home, shows G.I. Robot his life at home and shows him his collection. And it's just like, hey, man, this is all yours. We're going to be a family. This is what you need. We need to be friends. And, G.I. Robot seems like he's kind of feeling it. Like, you know what? I like this dude. He's nice. He gave me a coat. Nobody cares about me having a coat. I'm a robot, but he fucks with me. So I fuck with this guy. He's good. He's good people. I fuck with this dude. So, old buddy, I can't remember his name. We're going to call him old buddy. Old buddy decides to take G.I. Robot to one of his little meetings. His homies be meeting up together. And he's like, you know what? I think you're going to love these people. I can't wait for them to meet you. It's going to be dope. So they get to this place. They get to this place and they meeting up with everybody. And dude said, like, Fat Boy, who owns G.I. Robot. That's what we're going to call him. Fat Boy. Fat Boy introduces him to his homie, and the homie's just like, hey, man, this is cool, man. This is going to be great. Your friend G.I. Robot, he can really contribute to the cause. Right there. That was right there in that moment. I knew it. Right there in that moment. That motherfucker was the motherfucking Klan. I knew it. Come here. I knew in that moment that nigga was in the Klan. Okay? Don't let him. Look, soon as it happened, and I'm not bullshitting, this ain't off of some old hindsight shit. I mean, for real. For the cause, my guy. Yeah. You ever hear somebody say that? Know you're walking into some seriously racist shit. And anyhow, the cause also is something that was said or is said by Confederate sympathizers, otherwise known as terrorists, but who's nitpicky with words. I'm a stickler. But anyhow, Mr. G.I. Robot walks in with his homie Fat Boy, and they sit down enjoying and taking in the the scenery. And Mr. G.I. Robot starts realizing, man, I think That's weird. That dude has a weird tattoo. That's kind of close to being a Nazi right there. And this guy's got that going on. And this, like, he's kind of picking up on these dudes, but he's like, can't be that they're Nazis because these guys, my homie, he's not a Nazi. He's seems pretty cool. Well, soon as the leader of the Klan meeting gets up there, the motherfucker pulls back the curtain, and on the wall is a big ass swastika. The big ass swastika, and for those who may not know, that is a sign, a symbol of a Nazi. So G.I. Robot is just like he seems like he got a hard on almost. He's just like, oh boy. And it was just like, he's like, I gotta kill everybody in here. And that's exactly what he did. He got up and he was happy as this motherfucker, and he turned around and shot his homie dead ass in the face. And the way that they did it was just like 3-dimensional, like do. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but slow-mo, a lot of slow-mo going on. Or not a lot of slow-mo, but some good slow-mo shots for animated television. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7.8. That is my rating. You know why? It's because I don't like flashback episodes, really. Tell me without telling me. It's way more sexy. Like, dance for me, but keep your clothes on. Oh, man. Excuse me. I don't mean to drink all in the microphone, but I needed some water. Books, Gers, and Purrs says, hey, happy Thursday, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good news, everyone. Remember Futurama? That was my shit, Futurama. Good news, everyone. Oh, the professor. Oh, man. He was fucking hilarious. But yeah, what up, Gers and Purrs? Hey, what up? Happy Thursday. By the way, y'all go out there and check out Gers and Purrs. She's got a new video up on her YouTube page. Yeah, check it out. I saw a bit of it, but I was half asleep and drunk. So go check it out. You're gonna fucking enjoy it. Talking Turd says, I love Zoidberg. Well, my friend, you should know I love you too. I'm sorry. That was a bad Zoidberg, and I haven't done it in probably 15 years, so I kid. I love Zoidberg. He is very good. It's like Zoidberg is the Russian doctor, and then the only way you really get away with it is because you don't make him Russian, you just make him an alien. That way you can say whatever you want, you know? I'm back, baby. Bender was my favorite. When my son was like 3, he would say, I want to watch the robot. That's how he associated Futurama in his mind was Bender. That's it. That was it. End all be all is Bender. Sorry. Oh God, don't look at my cock. Oh, sorry. Did I say cock? Sorry for anybody who was offended for me saying the C word. And no, not cunt. I was saying cock. Sorry. Books, Gers, and Purrs says, oh, thanks, sweetie. Cheers to Drunk and Sleepy Bill. Cheers. I got some water in here today. So cheers. Sorry. I'm trying not to Try not to forget about my co-host here. So yeah, G.I. Robot, man, he goes out like a G, not to bury the lead, because everybody's probably like, who's actually watching because of that show. They're like, yo, nigga, get to the shit. Because G.I. Robot, he sadly passes away this episode, fucking gets blown to fucking bits. It was pretty fucking crazy because Sergeant, what's his name? Can't remember his name. Anyway, the guy who's leading the task force, the Suicide Squad task force, Sergeant tells G.I. Robot, yes, these are Nazis. Yes, go kill the Nazis. And yeah, G.I. Robot picks up the pace, turns into a fucking floating fucking, like, he turns into like a flying saucer with guns and just starts booming on these dudes. And I'm talking about the way he's killing people. The like I said, the violence got kicked up in that scene, got turned up a notch, went into 10th gear, and it was pretty insane. But he gets blown to fucking smithereens by Cersei. And I was sad because I liked it. I liked it in G.I. Robot. I'm gonna tell you right now, I liked it in G.I. Robot. He was cool. He was funny. But Talking Turd said, poor G.I. Robot. Yeah, man. Producer P said, holding it all together through the new REM technology, RIM technology. Sergeant Rock. I don't remember dude's name, man. He's the guy that's in the movies or whatever. I think. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. I'm terrible. I'm terrible about remembering shit like that. And I apologize. But anyway, yeah, this one ends with Cersei, who is the lady that's in the photo. She's over here, the background. She's over there behind Penny. That lady, woo, she destroys the shit out of G.I. Robot. But then, man, skeleton green guy, flamey, radioactive skeleton dude, he fucks Cersei up, burning her face all up, beating the shit out of her ass. It was pretty gruesome. But still, he couldn't stop her. Who ends up stopping her? Motherfucking Weasel. The Weasel. No, not that Weasel. Not Weasel. No, it was not Pauly Shore. It was Weasel from the Suicide Squad movie. Comes out and fucking tears her ass up, and which was really crazy because I thought that Cersei was like a god or whatever, but like, you know, goddess, whatever, you know. And so it kind of messed me up. That kind of messed me up. Like, how is that even possible? But you know why it was Weasel? You know why Weasel was able to do it? Because Weasel's voice is played by James Gunn's brother. And I think his name's Billy Gunn or some shit like that. What are they? The Gunn brothers? Like, they like Billy Gunn. Are they wrestlers? James Gunn and Billy Gunn. Like, are they ought to write a Western where they go through town to town terrorizing people. The Gunn brothers. And they got guns. Or maybe they never have guns and they go to town and they successfully rob banks without a gun ever. We're the Gunn brothers. And we have guns in our names. but not in our hands. We run from town to town, collecting banknotes, squaring round. That's right. You don't want to mess with us, the Gunn brothers. But anyway, yeah, James Gunn has his brother in a lot of shit. And in this, he does play Weasel's voice as well. He also plays Weasel's voice in the Suicide movie. And he's also in Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's actually a Guardian. So look at that. What else was I about to say? But yeah, Weasel beats the shit out of our girl Cersei, fucks her up real good, nice like, and Cersei's like, yo, you guys are fucking stupid. You fucking fucked everything up. Apparently, she is saying that she was trying to save the world to kill the princess, but now that she can't kill the princess is going to do whatever the fuck she wants to do. So, is she right? Clearly she is, because what else are we going to do? Why would they say it? This is a fucking cartoon. It's a comic book movie, basically. So, we're going to have to wait and see next week. I think it comes out every Thursday, so if you guys want to check it out, it's on HBO Max. It's an HBO Max original, and it's produced by DC Studios. So, check it out. And DC Studios, HBO Max, you can send a brother a screener or two. You know what I mean? Let a brother eat. Let a brother see before it come out, so I can prepare. Not so I can leak it. I just need to prepare. I'm a professional journalist. I'm a broadcast journalist mostly. But I'm a professional. Give your brother a helping hand. Come on, brother. 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 Don't do your brother like, Come on. Help your brother out. Talking Turd said the Smoking Guns. See, yeah, that's a great name for this. That's a great name. We got a fucking movie. We got a movie. Smoking Guns. The Smoking Guns. Oh, man. You know what's crazy? I was doing all this earlier, just kind of moving this thing around. And guess what? No noises. Now doing it right now. If you have been watching this show long enough, you know what type of bullshit this is. I can't stop. I mean, I can't get it to stop. I wish I could. I have been trying, but I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that, and people who are new, in case you didn't know, that's been happening a lot. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you want me to keep talking about these guys, the Creature Commandos. Next week is the Christmas party. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Oh, I should use the music since. No. Next Thursday, we're going to have a Christmas party right here on the Bantha Bunch Show. Christmas party on the Bantha Bunch Show. It's going to be a good time. I'll tell you right now. If you're not having a good time, you don't like Christmas. I don't know how much I can really fit in and talk about, but you know what? I might go live, because what I'm trying to say is we have a Christmas album, me and my brother Alex, and you can check it out. It's Into Never's Christmas album. It's on all platforms that you can listen to music on. Check that out. We're going to be playing some of that, drinking eggnog, getting effed up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I might get some Christmas decoration stuff. I have some Christmas stuff, but nothing that can. Where am I gonna put it where y'all can see it, right? So we're gonna get that all set up for Thursday, baby. Thursday is Christmas time. Christmas time. Y'all like my Christmas song? Anyway, so yeah, make sure y'all are here for that on Thursday. It's next Thursday. So it's Bantha Bun Show at 8:15 p.m. This may not be the number one show in late night, but it is the best show in late night. Holla if you heard me. Excuse me. Holler if you hear me. So anyway, yeah, that is the Creature Commandos, but I got to tell you, man, I'm really excited to talk to y'all about this next subject because we're going to be talking about Netflix's amazing documentary. It's The King of Tupelo, a Southern Crime Saga. The King of Tupelo, a Southern Crime Saga. Let me say that one more time. The King of Tupelo, a Southern Crime Saga. That is fucking crazy. The title is gnarly right off the bat, right? Right off the jump. I got so many things that I want to talk to you about with this show. I'm trying to see if I can do this. Yeah, I want to do this for a second because I just want you guys to see this, and also it's easier for me when it gets down to making this a little later. Anyway, y'all don't care about the behind the scenes. I don't care about the behind the scenes. I'll just give you a different cut, little cut. But anyway, this show is crazy, baby. It's one of those documentaries where we finally get a chance for Bill to talk shit. Yeah, baby. Oh man, and this did not leave your boy disappointed in one iota. First of all, what is the Tulsa King about? Long story short, you think it's about some whatever they say in the whatever they say in the description, you fuck the description, okay? Fuck the trailer. It's really not even about that. But the way they set it up is that this is how the story of how Obama got sent ricin via mail in an assassination attempt to kill the president of the United States. Now, I know some of you guys are too young to remember that, and some of y'all was too fucked up back in them days to give a fuck, and some of you just don't give a fuck, or you didn't hear about it. You're just too busy, right? You was getting that bread. I feel you. You was getting that bread. Well, they made a documentary, okay, to explain what happened. Because one thing we don't do in this country is we don't follow up on stories, storylines, and narratives. We basically leave that up in the air. Like, whatever happens, it happens. It's like, well, he sure shouldn't have did that, and even though you didn't do it, and then it comes out later that you didn't do it, and they just run with it. Why? Because nobody follows up on nothing, right? Anyway, so I digress. We start this show about this guy. His name is Kevin Curtis. And Kevin Curtis, man, he is fucking hilarious. First of all, he is the personification of what it was to be, or is to be, a conspiracy theorist where it goes too far and it gets extremely dangerous. I just want to read how this documentary starts out. Right at the beginning. Oh, by the way, I've been watching this show. It's 3 episodes long, and if I'm extra country today, if I sound extra Southern today, it's because I've been watching this fucking show that's based in Mississippi. You know I'm from Alabama. If you're not aware, I am from Alabama, so some of this might come out more country than I intend. Like, I was watching the credits. I was watching not the credits, but I was watching the captions. And one time the dude said, "Now I'm gonna need everybody to set yourself down." And it said, the caption said, "I need everyone to take a seat." Or no, it said, "I need everyone to sit down, please." And I was like, God damn. The South got such bad accents. This is a white guy, by the way, just so you know. Everything's made for white people, right? So it should be right. It should be fine, but it wasn't. It didn't work out well for them, which was hilarious to me. I mean, that was hilarious. But so yeah, if I sound very country today, that is the reason. The first thing that pops up at the beginning of this documentary is a quote. And that quote is, "To understand the world, you must first understand a place like Mississippi." And that quote is a William Faulkner quote. To understand the world, you must first understand a place like Mississippi. And brother, let me tell you something. That is exactly the truth. Now, this guy, I'm about to play a clip. He's about to say something. He's about to say the same thing, similar. But I want to play the clip because he's going to speak on something that I feel like is very important, and I will get into the deeper meaning behind this documentary, in my opinion. Or what more can be gleaned from it or learned. And that is the condition of the Southern man. And I will go deeper into that in just a moment, but I want this guy to explain it. It's Stephen Holland. He is a congressman in the state of Mississippi. And let me just let him run this explanation off real quick.
You have got to understand a place like Mississippi. And he was so right. The South does not have the most spectacular history. The Civil War created multiple scars all over us. And I think the South, in its struggle to rise above the past, learn to tell stories, learn to share tragedy, and then sometimes learn to make up stuff. So Southerners, we're the best storytellers of any area in the world. Believe it or not, we actually like drama. And in this story right here, we're proud to show you every characteristic of being a crazy Southerner.
Hello there.
Yeah. So, hold on. Oh, my eyes are getting droopy. Let's see here. Comments. Othelius, what's up, Othelius? Shout out to Othelius. Othelius says, "The condition of the Southern man sounds like a podcast Bill would host." A podcast title that Bill would host. Well, technically, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I feel like that's what this podcast is. Whenever we talk about politics on this show, I really am giving y'all, well, I really am giving y'all an explanation of the way when I see how Republicans or conservatives, like, sorry, hold on, I'm looking for some lotion. Hands is ashy. But when I see, when I try to explain where people be coming from in the rural areas of America, or where I try to explain how things should be looked at or approached, sometimes I'll be talking about, when I'm talking about politics, I'll be talking about that from the mindset of the people who, well, not with the perspective of the people who live in rural America and understanding how they gonna see what we're saying and what we believe. Like, there's no thing that you can, if you are a Democrat, if you are a progressive, a liberal, you have never said one thing that I haven't said to a Republican, right? Like, so sometimes I'm trying to give you the perspective just because it's important to the conversation so that you can understand where they're coming from, so that you can then communicate and make your case in a better way. In my opinion, it's better because we can't always be combative. We have to be understanding in ways. Ophelia said, "The world as told by Brother Bill." That's right. Put that on. Look, let's get that book made. The world is told by Brother Bill. If I had a beginning of that book, it would start with, "Tell me what you gonna do, what you gonna do." That was how it would start out. My audiobook, oh, it's lit. It's up for my audiobook. We got to get audio clearances for my audiobook. We got to get music clearances for my audiobook for real. Talking Turd says, in order to gain greater perspective, one must understand both sides of the story. Right, because there's like this, people say there's the truth. No, there's two sides, both sides. There's two sides to every story, and in the middle somewhere is the truth. Well, I don't believe that. I believe that some people are telling the truth, and I believe that some people are telling a goddamn lie. And in those who are telling lies, sometimes you still, well, not sometimes, you still need to understand what those who are telling lies are saying. You need to see where they're coming from. If you don't see where they're coming from, how are you going to then help them understand what you're saying, right? Talking Turd also says it's a turd world. It's a book title I have in mind. It's a turd's world. It's a turd's world. It's a turd's world. Then where you come from, it's a different turd than where you come from. Book Skirts of Purr says, I used to love watching Cops. Cops is a good fucking show, but it's also like Tommy Davidson said it once. We used to say it in the hood all the time, but then fucking Tommy Davidson said it. So now you got to quote, now you got to give the nigga credit when you say it. But Cops is the only place you can find the police chasing white people. And that's a fact. Cops is the only place you can find the police chasing white people. And motherfucking white people will be running fast as motherfucker. And you see black folks will be like, get his ass. Like, That's just how we watch it. It's weird. I don't understand. Cops is total propaganda. It is nothing but it's a propaganda machine created by Jerry Buckheimer and Geraldo to be able to help precincts get more money, get bigger budgets. So fuck cops, but also, man, I be watching cops, right? It's crazy. Othelia said the book of Bantha, published by Terry Al-Gaib, narrated by Tony Blanco. I am here for that. Penny, what do you think? You here for that one? You're not messing with that one, huh? Let me get this. You don't want to talk? You don't got nothing to say? Can I get high five? All right, cool. That's what I'm talking about. As long as we still love, it's all family. It's all family. It's all family. All right, well, it's cool. I'm gonna make sure I star this one. I'm gonna star this comment. Ooh, that's a loud one. I'm gonna star this comment because I want to make sure I remember this. The Book of Bantha, published by Terry Al-Gaib, narrated by Tony Blanco. We're going to make that book. We're going to make that book. Buddha Cafe said the Buddha teaches to understand yourself. You must understand others. The Buddha teaches to understand yourself. You must learn to understand others. Gerson Purr said, not Geraldo. I promise y'all, Geraldo goddamn created cops for real. It's a sad story. Let that breathe. Let that just, yeah, right there. Hold on, take it in. It's okay. Let that breathe. Geraldo created cops. So now you just been watching Geraldo. Next time on Geraldo. Yeah, maybe y'all don't know who Geraldo is because you're probably too young to know. Look, I'm losing subscribers right now. Literally losing subscribers. Please, please, please don't leave. Don't leave. You know what? You can leave. What am I going to do? You're going to leave if you want to leave, right? But I asked one thing. If you're going to unsubscribe, please tell me why. Just be like, hey, man, I'm unsubscribing, dog. Like, this shit's whack. Or you can just be like, hey, man, I really love the show, but I don't be really watching and I'm just tired of getting notifications. It's like, I'm out of here. Like, I don't really be watching, but I keep seeing the videos pop up. So I unsubscribe because I don't really be watching y'all like that. But I love y'all shit, though. Like, just tell me why. Whatever your reason is for popping off, just, let me know. Anyway, that's just something that I had to say. Because I'm just curious. I have no idea why y'all be leaving. I'm like, damn. I really like you, dude. But yeah, shout out to all the new members, man. Shout out to all the new members. But anyway, let's get back to Tupelo. Excuse me. The Kings of Tupelo, Mississippi. So Tupelo, Mississippi, pretty fucking corrupt place as it turns. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Sorry. So Tupelo, pretty fucking crazy place, pretty corrupt. This, like I said, this show starts out with a guy. His name is Kevin Curtis. He is he's a fucking weirdo.
So I spent my whole childhood locked in a room practicing the quiver of the king. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. He and everyone else in Tupelo, Mississippi
Call me today.
is obsessed with Elvis. This, for the better part of this documentary, it's as much a documentary about these people in this town of Tupelo as it is an episode or a documentary about the king, Elvis Presley. Weird.
Elvis was like a god. And this presidential assassination story is the biggest, most talked about thing since Elvis Presley.
So, welcome to Tupelo, Mississippi, where things are different.
So yeah,
Stage.
so yeah, man. The Elvis is a big deal. Hold on, let me see if I can find this lady saying this.
All of a sudden, just gave me a hug and a kiss. That's
Okay,
it.
hold on. Let me
Or
go
different.
back. Let me play this. I ain't really want to play this, but I'm gonna play this real quick. This
Let
is
me
the
tell you
mother
something.
of Kevin Curtis.
My husband was singing with Elvis, and backstage, Elvis asked him, "That your wife, will you?" And when he found out that I was a Mississippi girl, he said, "What's your phone number?"
Well,
Yeah. All of a sudden, just gave me a hug and a kiss. That's it.
Now she gonna say, now first of all, after that they show a picture of her getting a kiss from the king. So this bitch just basically told you, she's sitting up there about 80 years old, 90 years old, basically just told you, hey, come here, let me tell you something. I tried to get these cheeks to Elvis Presley. I tried, boy. I tried. In front of my husband, I tried. He was right there. He said, you want to get this dick? And I was like, what? And I said, I want to know if you want to get some of this dick. And she was like, what? Oh my God, Elvis. Don't talk to me like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, I want to know. Is that your husband over there? What? Would you? Who? Oh, that man. That's funny. I'm talking about that man right over there. Is that your husband? Oh, him? Oh, you know what? He is my husband. Oh, well, let me tell you something, Mama. You think I can get your phone number? Oh, what? The king wants my phone number? Oh, my God, Elvis. I told you that's my husband. Of course you can get my phone number. He says, hold, baby. Let me go ahead and give you this kiss. You know you love it. Let me give it to you. And she said, okay.
Listen,
Mama was letting you know. I used to give up these cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't used to give up these cheeks, but one night I had an opportunity to give these cheeks up to Elvis, and he almost took them, Daddy. He almost took them.
man, my mama raised me on Jesus, Elvis, and cornbread, and yes, in that order. Growing up, I was the shy, geeky kid with the glass.
So yeah, he's gonna explain. You know, he's the shy, geeky kid with glasses, and I didn't know what I wanted to be when I was growing up. You know,
Made fun of him.
people made fun of him. He was terrible at everything, and then he learned how to play the guitar.
So I spent my whole childhood locked in a room practicing the quiver of the king. You know what I'm saying?
The quiver of the king. You know what I'm saying?
And I remember neighbors would gather around and listen. Wow, it's Elvis. Then when
See, people are fucking weird.
The jumpsuit by the same people that made Elvis's. Once you pull that zipper up, it's like Clark Kent becoming Superman. And by high school, I was on fire.
So this motherfucker is just like on his way to becoming a fucking huge Elvis impersonator. Okay, like this guy's, it's changing this guy's life.
Of the king.
Competitions he's winning.
Then all of a sudden, my older brother Jack just decides to become an Elvis tribute artist overnight.
Now we're talking about Jack Curtis.
Ever think or intend to become an Elvis tribute artist?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack Curtis.
He never intended it, but he never wanted it, but he ended up doing it. So this is a story so far about two brothers, right? Two brothers, Jack and Kevin Curtis, who both become Elvis impersonators early in their life. Jack he's the oldest brother, so he actually had a little bit more going on. He actually owned his own business, his insurance business that he had in Tupelo. He was pretty popular around town. Everybody knew him. You know, he went to high school. Places like Tupelo are very small places. You know what I mean? They don't have much going on. As a matter of fact, they have like hospitals there, but like they're not a lot of hospitals there, right? Like they have clinics and shit like that, but they have really one big main hospital. And that hospital is, I can't remember the name of it actually, but it is a very big focal point of this story, or it's a big part of this story. But well, let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can find where he meets his girlfriend. But yeah, he meets this girl named Laura. Laura Curtis becomes his wife. They loved each other.
Me. I was in a band with two of them. Jack's the rich brother, very handsome. But Kevin, I thought he was very sexy because I have a thing for pencil thin mustaches.
Dude has the worst pencil thin mustaches. Looks like Timothy Oliphant with a pencil mustache. Fucking shit is crazy. Oh, sorry.
See, I'm a soul man. I'm a foot king.
What are you doing?
Videotaping you.
I mean, the fact that it's hidden, that the socks are covered, the shoes, like this is a mystery. Like when my mom hands me a Christmas present, I want to unwrap that thing like I'm pulling a nice sock off them toes.
I just wanted to play that part. Shit has nothing to do with nothing. But yeah, so things are looking great, right? Like he's meeting these women, this woman of his dreams. She's got the toes of a lifetime. Like things are great. Things are looking up.
Dad with a new baby.
But yeah, he's about to have a baby.
Gonna change diapers. And Laura says to me, Elvis ain't paying the bills. Guess it's time for a real job.
Get your ass up, nigga.
So Elvis did get a job. I am a janitor.
A janitor?
So yeah, he became a janitor, but let me just tell you, this guy was a pretty good goddamn janitor, and he used it to his advantage. He knew people who had local television shows, so he used to go on there and talk about his janitorial service that he had, and he was the Elvis janitor.
Worked hard at that cleaning business.
Kevin's a terrific cleaner.
We're going to have to do some more detail on going over it twice.
He claimed 7 businesses a night, thousands of toilets, and he loved his work.
I don't know, man. Cleaning fucking sucked.
So I just want to let you know, Like everybody thought. I wanted to play that because everybody that is like his brother, his wife, his mother, everybody thought, oh, he loved it. He loved doing some bullshit, cleaning thousands of fucking toilets a night. He fucking loved that shit. No, he fucking hated it.
But that all changed when I booked the biggest contract we ever had at the North Mississippi Medical Center.
Wow. It's the largest rural hospital in America and very important as the top employer in the state of Mississippi.
Here at the North Mississippi Medical Center, we're proud being Mississippi's most trusted health provider.
Yeah, so he gets a good job. This is a real job, man. It'll come with benefits and shit.
We're thinking, okay, this is really good.
And my brother would tell me, I am so proud of you, Kevin. Got a great job and a beautiful family. You've come so far, and look at you now. Then I found a severed head. The whole fucking world hated me.
Oh, yeah. This documentary is about Kevin Curtis finding severed heads, severed bodies in freezers in a morgue at the hospital that he was employed. Now, the way he tells it is he was asked to go into the morgue of the hospital to clean because no one else would go in there. And they needed to give him, because I guess they were spooked out or whatever. And somebody needed to go in there and he offered to go in. Excuse me. So immediately it starts with him like trying to be giving them this, doing this special thing. Like he's like, I'm going to be the guy to do this for y'all. Cause I guess what I'm trying to point out is that he wanted to feel special. Like he feels when he takes on something like this, that he's doing a greater good or a greater service, but it got crazy.
So yes, he did get on the radar.
Now that's the police talking. He got on the radar because he kept talking about this. First of all, he went home and he was like, yo, there's these freezers full of body parts and heads and intestines frozen in bags and all this stuff. And he was just like, man, this shit's crazy. And he's like, I gotta tell somebody. And his wife was like, nigga, you bet not tell nobody about this shit right here. And shout out to Othelius. I don't know if it's a sundown town. Somebody look it up. Somebody Google it. Is Tupelo, Mississippi a sundown town? Actually, you know what? I can answer that. No, Tupelo, Mississippi is not a sundown town. Tupelo and Jackson, Mississippi are considered major cities in Mississippi, which means they have black people. So they actually have black people. It's not a sundown town. It's only a sundown town if you don't have black people. But I don't know. There are places in Mississippi that are sundown towns. There are places in Mississippi that have only recently been completely removed of slavery. That's a real thing. Slavery that had continued since the beginning of it in this country. If you think I'm bullshitting, go look it up. There are slaves that have been released from captivity up until at least 2012. Last time that I actually saw something about it. So, but your boy Kevin, he starts losing his mind.
And I would research body part harvesting. And I learned funeral homes, morgues, doctors, politicians, they were all involved. In the dead of the night, funeral directors open up legs, back, arms, and they pull out femur bones, skin tissue, and sell it to hospitals on the black market. And not just in Mississippi, We're talking about China, Russia, all over the country. So I told Jack and Laura, oh my God, I'm on to something.
Kevin would keep me up all night long talking about this conspiracy. His brain would make weird connections. And because there was no job to go to, he stayed in the house on his computer the whole day.
Oh, yeah. Why is there no job to go to? That's because he got fired because he kept talking about it with other people, and they found out he was like showing coworkers like, yo, cuz, come on. Now, all his coworkers are black, and all of the people that I've seen him with, Kevin Curtis, they're black. If it wasn't his family that he was hanging out with, he was hanging out with black people. So I just want to point out that Kevin Curtis might be the only white Negro in their town. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how they treating him. You know, they treating him like a Negro. Because this gets pretty crazy with this dude's life. This shit gets pretty crazy.
And of course, then the rest of my life, I've heard about the body parts.
I was on a one-man crusade to spread the word about this billion-dollar hidden black market industry that nobody in the world knows exists. So he ends up
going and creating a MySpace page. That's how long ago this was, guys.
Parts for profit at myspace.com. Billy Bobby body parts at myspace.com. And
I think he said he created 41 different pages. And he got like really good at creating the graphics for it and everything. Like he was getting a pretty big following. Now, I can't say that I remember this guy on MySpace, but I was one of the first 200 users on MySpace, just so you guys know. Pretty big deal. I'm a pretty big deal, bro. Was one of the first, bro. Like, calm down, bro. Calm down, bro. But he did start having issues where he was getting followers, where he was not issues, I should say, but he had more situations popping up as far as connecting dots to his conspiracy.
Contacted me.
My name is Karen Del Rey, and I live in Hazlet, New Jersey. My dad's name was James Thornton.
People start reaching out to him.
She said, I think my dad was harvested by this man, Michael Mastromarino. And that was my first case ever.
This motherfucker said case, okay? Now, that is what I want to point out. Is you can tell he's kind of delusional. Like, right off the bat, like, my first case. Nigga, you is not the police.
He was very sympathetic at first.
Talk about Jack, his brother.
After a while, after 2-3 years, you're losing your mind.
I probably got 20, 30 emails a day from him. Every waking moment was putting something on MySpace or on Facebook. It made me wonder, how did we get to this point?
I never stopped. I was relentless while everyone else is going to Cancun. Kevin Curtis is on the computer. Michael Mastromarino.
Yeah, Kevin, that's a problem. Let me tell you something, guys. If that's how you behave when you find out new information, you might want to seek out a little therapy. I mean, in a very serious manner, like, please seek out some help if that is how if you find yourself in those types of situations, you find yourself behaviorally acting that way, I suggest you take a second, take a deep breath, and see someone, talk to someone. Don't just talk to someone, talk to a healthcare professional, because these are real shits, man. This guy really did get into the rabbit hole that was the early 2000s and coming into the what is it, the 2010s. The 2010s. Like, he was moving into that, which we know was just brewing nothing but conservative conspiracy theories. Now, thing about it is, it wasn't considered to be conservative conspiracy theories back in the early 2000s, but those people who held on to those mindsets, they now vote Republican, right? Like the people who believe that the Pizzagate people, and they believe that Bill Clinton killed his brother. Like, those kinds of people come from this era. You know, people used to listen to Mac. Oh, God, y'all are gonna like make fun of me now. But people used to listen to what Alex Jones used to talk about. They used to not consider him crazy because he used to talk about UFOs and government corruption, like real government corruption. So people just were like, oh, he's not a bad guy. He is just a YouTuber. And look at what happened now, right? All these years later. So anyway, this guy, Ophelia says, stop it. Get some help. Talking Turd said there was a bag of body parts found on the road just outside of the airport here last week. Well, somebody must have dropped a look, stop it. Get some help. Oh man.
Double Trouble History. Casey.
Oh man, yeah. So the name of Kevin and Kevin Curtis and his brother Jack started a Elvis impersonation group, Double Trouble, and they get pretty big. They do pretty well. It's pretty crazy, but our buddy Kevin, he's just doing this, guys. He's just doing this nonstop, and the whole time he needs to just get some help. It's like, man, why is he going through this, man? You're just sitting there, and like his wife said, he without the job, he ain't got nothing to go do. He just sitting there getting brainwashed or hypnotized, if you will, just by sitting and watching. And you guys remember the 9/11 conspiracy days back in 2008, 2009. Like, it was just up when it came to conspiracies. Like, because there was more information that was coming out. They were doing the commission. It's not the Warren Commission, that's the JFK, but the 9/11 Commission. They were doing the 9/11 Commission, and its findings took a very long time to come to a conclusion, but that's where most of that comes from, and the reason it takes a while for it to happen. It's just usually how it goes with conspiracy theories. So anyway, Kevin becomes conspiracy theory number one. Conspiracy theorist number one.
Can live without almost anything, but we cannot live without a sense of meaning.
So yeah, he feels like he don't know what to do with his life, and basically goes through it, y'all. Like, he is just the more stuff that keeps happening to him, or the further he goes into it, the more he goes crazy. Like, this dude got into a fight. Their band had a guitar player. His name's Dan or David. Anyway, they get into an argument, and it gets so bad. I ain't even gonna bother you with it, but it gets so bad that the guy David says that Kevin pulled out a beer bottle, even though they were outside. I don't know where he would have gotten this beer bottle all of a sudden, but he said that he pulled out a beer bottle and was going to hit him with it. So he pulled out his gun and threatened to kill him. And I couldn't believe it because y'all were outside. So where did he just pick up a bottle, right? Like he just picked up a bottle. So I didn't believe that. But anyway, I'm trying not to spoil certain things. But one thing that I gleaned from that portion of the documentary is that, you got people who really fall for a lot of this stuff, and it's because of how lonely Americans are, especially white male Americans. They're very lonely because they feel like they don't have anyone to respect them or show them love, or I don't know. But the people who voted for Trump are the same people who we are talking about in this documentary, And I think that we have to stop thinking about it like, oh, if you're over there, you're stupid. If you're on that team, you're dumb. And if you're on the other team, you're smart, and vice versa. Like, we need to stop thinking about life like that, man. We got to start thinking about how we are all the same, because, man, and because there's some seriously lonely people out there, and they only lonely because they don't get a chance to talk and interact. They think that people gonna ostracize them or don't agree with them, so they scared and they bitch up. They don't want to have a disagreement with somebody, but that's what the way life is. That's what life is about. Fucking go out and make mistakes, get messy, like Mrs. Frizzle told you to do, man. You really have to do it. You really have to do it. If you got to participate in your own education, is what somebody used to tell me back in the day. It was a teacher. Well, participate in your own success. Participate in your own happiness, because you can't just be happy. You're not going to wake up and just have a bitch. You're not going to just wake up and have some dick. You're not going to wake up and just do nothing except wake up. You might pee on yourself. Might have just peed on yourself or doo-dooed. I don't know. You know what? That's up to you. But some of y'all done doo-dooed on yourself in sleep. Somebody here has woken up with a little ass juice in their butt when they woke up in the bed. I believe it. And I believe you lying if you say you didn't. But anyway, why does this get crazier? Because I don't want to hold you. This nigga gets mad, crazy. He starts getting into fights with congressmen, and he starts getting into it with senators. He starts getting into it with everybody. He even wrote a letter to Barack Obama once. He was always hot about something, right? Well, in moves Peter Pumpkin Eater, had a wife and couldn't eat her, so he couldn't keep her. But anyway, what was I just saying? I was reading Talking Turds comment, and then Othelius's, and then I forgot what I was just saying. But anyway, the guy who Kevin pulled the gun out on, who pulled the gun out on Kevin, he later would become the district attorney of the town. Oh man, I think he became the district attorney for the state, actually. So then the police start harassing him, and which makes Kevin feel like he's more justified in his conspiracies, because look at what they're doing to me. Obviously, I'm on the right track. Look at how they're treating me. Because if I was on the right track, if I wasn't on the right track, then this shit wouldn't be going well. Blah 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 blah. So oh man, so anyway, we got another character that we are introduced to, though. His name is Everett, and Everett was weird. Everett was fake, as opposed to our buddy Kevin. Kevin is real. Now, Kevin, he's working back and doing odd jobs, working back and forth, doing other stuff, but he also works with his brother Jack, who has an insurance company, health insurance company or a life insurance. I can't remember. Maybe it's both. But anyway, he is employed. I mean, Jack has employed his brother Kevin, and he also employs Jack's wife, Laura. It's like a little family business and great atmosphere. But one day, this dude Everett walks in, and Jack and his wife are kind of separated, but not really, because, not Jack, but Kevin and his wife are kind of separated, but not really. But it's because of his sickness, and he can't get out of this like mind rabbit hole that's keeping him interested in what's taking place in this conspiracy, which would turn out to basically be bullshit. His conspiracy. It was hold on, I'm reading comments. Othelia said, the love that they ask for is usually some form of control over the people they want it from. White culture puts them at odds with how to go about how to really find love, which is embracing vulnerability and giving up control. That is absolutely correct. Talking Turd says, but Chuntley, I don't know what the fuck I don't know what the fuck that even means. But that was good. But hold on, I gotta do this right after Othelius's comment. Gotta give him this. See, now I want y'all to hear about this dude Everett.
I'll let you make adjustments there.
When I never heard back from Wicker, I'd reached out to a local politician, J. Everett Dusky. He was connected to Roger Wicker, Mike Huckabee, and multiple politicians.
I'm advocating a return to common sense. I'm J. Everett Dusky, and I approve this message.
Dutch own political newspaper. And when I started pouring out about the organ harvesting, his eyes got kind of wild looking. But at this point, I have no idea he works for my brother. No clue that he even knows my brother.
Dutchke had promised Kevin he would.
But see, that's not true, because he said that he didn't know him. He didn't know he worked for his brother, but that's not true, because he later on would say that he was there the day he walked in, and his wife confirmed that. So I don't know. That's bullshit. Anyway, oh guys, you gotta watch this whole fucking documentary. When I tell you gotta watch it, you got to fucking watch this whole documentary, because I can't go through the whole fucking thing step by step, but I can tell you that basically this all started because one guy said, hey man, I don't fuck with this nigga no more. And he did something worse than snitching. He fucking set him up. So Kevin, like, he is losing it, man. He actually is losing it. He starts losing his wife. He loses his kids. His wife starts sleeping with his brother because his brother ends up having to support all of them because he's doing terribly. He has to kick his brother out of the band because he's just going up on stage after great performances and talking about how the fucking body parts are being sold. Then doesn't help anything that some guy actually gets caught selling body parts somewhere in New York City or Chicago or somewhere. That doesn't help any. So he's even more trenched in, or whatever you call it. He is standing firm on his shit. Now, when you find that kind of thing out and you're a conspiracy theorist, you feel like everybody's just hating on me. Everybody just doesn't believe me because I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm right because I've done the research. They ain't seen what I know. This is how we got the president that we have, that we're about to have. Like, this is how we got him. The conspiracies sound like the truth. They're so close to the truth that it corrupts people's minds, and then they just want to go in that way. And it's easy. It's easy because all you got to do is have somebody like me have an opinion about something, throw a conspiracy out there.
Go outside, nerd.
And then boom, it's over. You know, that's all you got to do. And then it's just around the world in less than a day. And then they're just trying, then you're going viral, which is all the whole point of it all today, it seems like. It's just who's going to go viral. Who's going to go viral. Fucking weird ass shit. But anyway, dude introduces himself to, what's his name? Orville ass nigga. Anyway, this bitch ass nigga, Irvile, I can't remember his name. He goes after Kevin in a way that is just like, well, let me put it like this. He said, I'm gonna fuck your bitch. And he basically was fucking his bitch. So now your brother done fucked your girl, like some random dude who comes in off the street. Now she just love him. She want to suck his dick. It's just like, yo, what the fuck is going on around here? Like, everybody's against me. Everybody in my family's against me. This was weird. So I kind of felt for Kevin for a little bit, because even if he is crazy and losing it, it's not a good reason to fuck my brother. And so, yeah, I felt like that was, maybe I was a little personal for me. But shout out to the show. It kept a lot of things personal. Man, let me tell y'all, your boy Kevin was writing letters left and right to politicians. He got arrested like 39 times. He got arrested by Tupelo police for crazy fucking misdemeanors that it would either get thrown out or fucking completely, like stay in jail for like 5 seconds and then get up out of there type shit. It was a bunch of bullshit, but it basically came to terrorism. He was losing a battle that was inevitable, right? And then, like I said, this dude comes into his life and he wants to get him to promote the stuff. Like, hey, can you put this in your newspaper? Can you do this and you do that? And he was like, hell no, I can't do none of that shit. Nigga, you crazy. Look, man, you fucking crazy. I can't post no crazy shit in my newspaper. Fuck that. Well, that does not sit well with Kevin. Kevin is like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm going to go online and fucking ruin your life. And to a degree, he was able to do that, really. How, you may ask, whilst I take a sip of this thermos water. Well, seeing as Kevin has made plenty of enemies, it was easy for this dude to just get back at Kevin, because Kevin had created so many demonstrative hate club, hate fan club. Like, he had gathered so many of them motherfuckers that it was just going to be easy to find somebody to want to just bury him, right? Like, let's just accuse him of some shit. And what he was able to do is he was able to create some ricin. You make it at home. He was able to release the toxins of the ricin, and he was able to send it to the president of the United States and a few other congressional leaders, right? They search. Clearly, no one was hurt. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about today. No one was hurt, but it was like, yo, somebody tried to kill the president. We got to figure out who this was. And basically, they narrow it down to our guy, George. And George is like, what? You can't take me to jail? Blase, blase, blase. I think I just fucked up and started talking about a different story. I think I just fucked up and started talking about a different story. So anyway, you know what? This is the best way for me to keep up with what's going on. This shit was three fucking episodes long. So anyway, yeah. Kevin gets accused of sending these letters of ricin to the president because they find his background, because they found so if you don't put a return address on something, they can still determine where it came from. And where this one came from was Tupelo. And they have information showing that the Tupelo crazy person is Kevin Curtis. Easy. Let's go. Take him to jail.
Conspiracy theories and with a personal link to his target. He talks about
breached the door. The first thing they did was take down the security camera. A lot of these men are heavily armed. Big question, Diane, what are they going to find inside?
strange new details emerging. He is said to be an Elvis impersonator, obsessed with conspiracy theories and with a personal link to his target.
He talks about organ harvesting. He said on his Facebook he's been arrested 22 times and that he was going to keep fighting the fight, whatever that is.
Paul Kevin Curtis claimed to have uncovered a conspiracy to traffic in body parts.
A secret plot to sell human bodies.
So, yeah, he got famous, but he didn't want to be that famous. You don't want to be famous like because you're in jail. That sucks.
I kind of passed out for a while.
That's his mom. She passed out when he got arrested because it's it's one of those things. Like, how can you prove your innocence?
Curtis is here at the Lafayette County Jail in Oxford, Mississippi. He could potentially face some various serious charges, including use of a weapon of mass destruction, terrorism, as well as an attempt to commit murder.
So, yeah, man, dude's like, yeah, I didn't do this shit. I fucking don't know nothing about no goddamn ricin'. They asked him, like, hey, man, what do you know about the ricin'? And he was like, I don't even eat rice. I haven't eaten rice in 8 years. I hate rice. Last time I ate it was 8 years ago. So, are you thinking about Orson Welles? I think I am thinking about Orson Welles. Talking Turd says mix some tobacco with it. But anyway. Yeah, don't mix tobacco with ricin', guys. Don't do it. Talking Turd said rice and peas. Oh no, wrong one. Rice and peas. Yeah, so he had ricin'. He's like, yo, I don't know nothing about no goddamn ricin'. So, man, it gets even crazier because they start doing evidence. I mean, the FBI starts doing their investigation, and they kind of realize this dude's fucking too stupid to get any of this stuff done. Like, he couldn't have done any of this stuff because he's kind of fucking unaware of the levity of the situation, and like, he also just doesn't seem to know about any of the shit that we've got evidence on. So they have to go back and look at this other dude. And man, this guy, he used to impersonate somebody. I forgot. Maybe I already said it. But he used to impersonate somebody else. So we got two impersonators from Tupelo who are mortal enemies. These guys become mortal enemies because Kevin's fast ass wife, she stops fucking Jack and starts basically fucking. I'm gonna say she was fucking this dude. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. I just said it a few times. Can't remember his name anymore. But anyway, fucking weirdo comes in, gets a job at the insurance company that Kevin works at with his wife and his brother, which is just terrible. All that sounds like fucking a bunch of drama, which the South is full of. Like dude said, we have a lot of problems in the South, but one of them is not getting riled up. Like, getting riled up, that's just like a regular day. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers just, I'll tell you how it is. Dude who talked about pulling out the gun, he just pulled out the gun. He was like, oh, you're gonna come at me? No, you will not, sir. You will not come at me, sir. They don't really get riled up about shit. But this guy, Kevin, he was getting it riled up, man. So they had to take his ass to jail. Like, look, bro, you're getting too crazy. And now we got the ricin'. It's clearly you who's ricing in people. Man, when they found this other guy, that's when it started becoming clear. He had to be the guy who they were actually looking for, because I mean, the evidence just kind of started pointing in that way.
Everett was mean to me. He would constantly insult my intelligence.
This is you, sir, are a dumbass. I'm ready to quote man up anytime or day, dumbass.
It was apparent that he had.
So yeah, they hated each other, like I said earlier. But like I said, Everett was trying to fuck his wife. They start working together. I mean, and dude's just trying to fuck Kevin's wife nonstop.
had a huge feud with Kevin Curtis.
What feud? This guy was so far beneath me. I mean, can Genghis Khan feud with a fire ant?
That's the voice of Everett.
The other makes up bullshit stories about going on tour with Carrie Underwood. Dumbass.
No one actually respects, Elvis impersonators. They're like one step above a party clown.
Fighting this war against my rival enemy. Jack's agents would tell me that they observed Everett being, quote, sweet on Laura. So I confronted Laura. Is there something going on with him? And she says, well, I thought about it, but he was too short and hairy. I was always wondered, how does Laura know how hairy this man is?
Because she was fucking and sucking and fucking and fucking and sucking and sucking and fucking and fucking and sucking and sucking and fucking and sucking and sucking and sucking. She was getting it. She riding around and I'm getting it. Him riding around and I'm getting it. I'm riding around and I'm getting it. Oh, Fifth Bantha's in the building. Fifth Bantha's in the building. Just gave away 5 memberships over here on the Drunk Banthas channel. So if you're on Nerds at Night, you can pop over, grab that membership for free, and then pop back over to Nerds at Night. Look how we do for you. Look how God works. And every single time somebody gets a membership, buys a membership, or does a super chat, I'm going to do this from now. Ooh. I'm going to do this from now on.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
They're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the
cats. Anyway. This shit gets crazier and crazier.
You blew it. J. Everett Dusky, man up, dumbass.
It highly upset him.
Oh, let me get to oh my God. This is the point. This is the one thing that I was trying to get to. So, you know what? I'll just.
It went to voicemail. I picked up Laura's cell phone, dialed his number, and he picked up on the second ring and said, hey, sweetie. And I'm like, okay, say no more. Have a good day. All gloves off. Sat down at my computer. One final move. Clone, copy paste, and I posted it. Paul K. Curtis, member of Mensa.
He posted a fake photo of his Mensa certificate. Now, why is that important? So this dude, Everett, he says that he was a Mensa member, and that's like the biggest thing that he used to explain about himself. Now I wish I'd have found that timestamp, but I lost it for that where they explain it. Man, he just always was talking about being from Mensa. And Kevin knew one way that would get up under his skin, very much so get up under his skin, is just talking about how he was in Mensa, which, like Kevin just said earlier, Everett was always calling him a dumbass and all this stuff. Everett was like Red Foreman. So he figured, well, if I'm such a dumbass, I'll just tell everybody I got into Mensa and then you'll look like a dumbass. Very funny stuff. Trivial, petty, but at the same time, harmless, really, right? Gers and Purr says, oh boy, her kitty box breeds conspiracy theories. It does, because I didn't even mention that Everett is also a huge conspiracy theorist. Like, I can't even get in his conspiracy theorists because he got some crazy ones, but it just goes to what I was talking about earlier a little bit. What I was trying to get into is that how this is the politics of it all. These are the same people who vote for Trump. These are the same people who vote for Obama. They're still fucking crazy in rural America. It's hard to live, so it makes you, it it creates a different type of effect as far as psychosis of the mind. Talking Turd says, where is the fifth Bantha hiding? Where is the fifth Bantha hiding? Bantha. Gerson Purse said, riding the Rhinestone Cowboy. Oh, Talking Turd says, I love that song. Talking Turd says, also says, and Ghost Riders in the Sky. Oh man. Talking Turd also says, I am also a huge conspiracy theorist. I wouldn't say that I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. Not anymore. I would say that I was a very huge conspiracy theorist. And I mean, like, one of those conspiracy theorists that were correct. Like theories that have either become true or would become true. They're based in some type of reality. You know what I mean? Like, not just something like I can't just connect dots. You know what I mean? Like, only time I make theories is on this show. What if I start doing that? I don't know. So yeah, man. Everett, I guess Everett just got he got tired of dealing with this dude because he was trying to get some pussy. And really, he wasn't even looking at it like, this dude's a problem. He was just looking at it like, he's a nuisance. But little did he know, he would become a problem for him once he signed up or created a fake document saying that he had graduated from Bantha and then posted it on the internet. Worse, Facebook.
Authentic. 30 seconds later, Dusky emailed me. I'm giving you 1 day to remove your fraudulent claims from your website. By the way, Kevin, you cannot be both a genius and retarded at the same time.
You were given your last chance.
He said retarded.
Blew it. J. Everett Dusky, man up, dumbass.
It highly upset him.
Man, he got too mad about this.
Validated whether you got it the right way, whether you actually earned it.
I've handled the membership of who is and who is not a Mensa member, and I took that responsibility seriously. Well, Paul Kevin Curtis is in fact a dumbass. When he posted a Mensa certificate, I knew exactly what he was doing. He was trying to be Dusky again. It was just one bridge too far.
I think that he would have been very pissed off if he actually became a Mensa member.
Populated precinct in Lee County. So it's the most important event in the campaign.
I was just there to entertain the people.
Oh yeah, this is a story about how Everett kind of fell from grace. He gave, you know what? You should check out the documentary for that, because that was a very interesting part. But I guess one of the most interesting parts to me is how this guy, Everett, he lived in a very cocky mindset. Like, dude, just, when I say a cocky mindset, dude thought he was the smartest person in the room all the time. Thought he was the smartest person in the room all the time. And when you are that type of person and you decide you want to commit a crime, usually you are the ones who usually get caught most easily, because you think you're smarter than everybody else, too smart for your own good, where then you miss things. Well, that's what this guy did. So when he sent this ricin over to President Obama and a bunch of other politicians that actually had issues with Kevin, when he sent this ricin in, you got to crush ricin up to make it. You got to do all these things chemically wise to make it change. And he put it in the envelopes. That's not really traceable, right? Except for when he was writing it, he went through the trouble to create indentions on the envelope as if somebody had written it on another piece of paper, and then it inbred it went through the paper onto the envelope. I'm trying to pull it up because it'd be easier for them to just tell it, but they're not gonna just tell it. They're gonna make me do my job today. But anyway, so yeah, he's taking the envelope, right? He's writing down on top of a piece of paper the old address, all for Jake. I mean, for Kevin. All these old addresses for Kevin, and Kevin's handwriting won't come into question because they're going through a piece of paper from another piece of paper, and it is, man, it's looking bleak for him because now you got these two old addresses. But the police go, wait a minute, those are old addresses. Why would he have chosen those addresses when he don't even live there no more? And they couldn't answer certain questions, so they was like, Everett, what are you talking about over here, man? Tell us what's going on. Let me investigate Everett a little bit more, because nigga, we keep talking to Kevin and this shit just ain't adding up. Well, they ended up doing an investigation and finding out that Everett did that shit. Hell yeah, he did that shit. He sent that shit in and almost framed up this dude perfectly. One of the detectives who was investigating the envelope, he was like, dude, this is fucking crazy. There's no way that this dude, Kevin, figured out a way to do this. This is no. So shout out to this dude trying to make Kevin look like a diabolical villain when he was actually the diabolical villain. And he's also the conspiracy theorist. You're not a conspiracy theorist if what you conspire is correct, in my opinion. You're just a person who's following up leads and probably a really good reporter if you're a conspiracy theorist, or you would be a good reporter. But these people are people who get these sicknesses in their brain where they get dissolved and just go down these rabbit holes that keep them from being able to treat the people around them with true love and understanding. This guy lost his loved ones, Kevin, over corruption that was real, but also he lost his family over this corruption that he perceived to be real. So we have to be careful out there. What I would advise is that you all talk to each other. We are in an age now where we can talk to each other more than we ever have before. So, man, please take advantage of it. We got a number right there, 323-680-4101. But you don't have to get caught up in all of the conspiracy theories. You do not. They had Dave Chappelle up on the stage trying to tell people. No, I'm joking. there was you just watched the documentary. This dude Kevin wrote a book about the missing parts and missing pieces of trying to explain more about his conspiracy theories, but I am happy to say that he did get off of the conspiracy theories bandwagon for at least 9 to 10 months because he realized that it was affecting the way he was living, and it affected the way that his kids looked at him. And I was really happy for him, man. Like, that moment really was beautiful. And then they went 9 months later, and this nigga's got more conspiracies, because apparently the guy who went to jail, Everett, he went to prison. He's saying he was in the motherfucking CIA. So the shit just can't just end because these two guys, they just can't get enough of the bullshit. I want to let this play.
The Ring of Fire.
Of my attorney, Christy McCoy.
Hold on.
Googled the Everett Dusky case, and a picture of
the Attorney General
with the husband of my attorney, Christy McCoy, at a party came up. And I'm like, oh shit. What? Okay, my brain starts churning. Wait a minute. There's something hidden in this. There is a conspiracy. We all know that Everett is a high-ranking black belt in Taekwondo. We all know that he is highly intelligent. It is extremely possible that he was an operative of the CIA.
Hello, Everett.
Now, so this motherfucker starts contacting Everett. Like, he just starts contacting Everett now, because he's clearly a part of the CIA. Now, how is he contacting Everett? I don't even know. It took Everett's ex-girlfriend forever to figure out what prison he was in, because he's in basically a fucking black box prison. Like, nigga can't do nothing. But yeah, he reached out to this motherfucker and asked him more questions, like, are you involved?
What aren't we being told? The financial files that I was given.
But yeah, this dude, I don't even want to play Everett's conspiracy theory, because he's basically implicating himself as being a part of the CIA. And oh man, I feel like I was just doing a Judge Joe Brown impersonation. Well, I'll tell you right now that this here Everett, Mr. Everett, says that he was a part of the CIA at this time in this manner. Now, he was, unfortunately, he does not have any proof of anything relating to this, pertaining to this, the revelation of this information. Shout out to Judge Joe Brown. Now, the man in question, the defendant and the parties in question, were not able to present anything that showed that the ricin did not belong to Mr. Everett. Because once they went and searched Everett's house, they were able to find everything that was related to him being in that crime. Man, of course, he said that the police planted it, right? Police planted it on me. I didn't have none of that. They just planted it on me. I mean, maybe that's a possibility, but I don't know. I feel like this guy just got sloppy, like he did with everything, and he got caught. And they won't even let him out because his situation is just, it's too dire, man. You committed a terrorist act so that you could feel better about yourself, better about 6 seconds of embarrassment that he's suffered at the hands of other people in Tupelo. Nobody gives a fuck about Tupelo. But your dumbass had to send ricin to the president, who he also had issues with. So, man, I only have that to really point out. as far as that goes. Hold on.
How am I supposed to ever get the answers stuck in here? How am I supposed to ever get those answers? You see, my head's just in turmoil today. You don't even have a clue what I'm talking about. Anyway, I got to see the end of American Idol last night, and the person that won should have won. So that's all is right with the universe sometimes.
We've got to. So that was the voice of Everett at the end of this documentary. And yeah, man, Everett definitely, he was on the spectrum as well, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Both of these guys seem to be on the spectrum, and they both seem to be like kind of the reason. I'm not saying like good or bad. I don't give a fuck what y'all believe in. Please don't tell me. I don't care. But my point is only that we wonder why Trump won the election, and I think a lot of it is in this documentary. They do talk about, they have this like psychiatrist or psychologist, or maybe he's just a philosopher, who talks about the condition of man a lot in this documentary, and you can take it from the first line in the documentary, which is you can't say you understand life until you understand until you understand Mississippi. Can't say you truly understand life until you understand a place like Mississippi. And a place like Mississippi is hard to understand because kind of everything is kind of done backwards in a way, but everything's done forward. It's like you take 6 steps forward, but you take 5 steps back constantly. So, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But I just know that if we want to truly understand these people, if we want to truly make things change, we need to understand how these people think. And I think that this documentary is a very good way for you to make some kind of sense out of that. And if you have questions on how you should interpret that or how I'm interpreting that, come on back over here and we can talk about it. I'm not afraid of it. And I apologize if I'm out of it again today, but I did take cold medicine because I try not to sneeze and cough the entire time that I'm on here with y'all. It's a difficult task, but I think I did a way better job than last week. If y'all know, last week I was fucked up. So shout out to everybody who kicked it with me last week, and shout out to everybody who's kicking it with me now. It has been it's been more than a pleasure. Actually, I was going to say it's been a pleasure, but it's been way more than a pleasure to kick it with you guys. I would never, sometimes I'll be tired and don't want to do the show, but I always do it. And I always feel better about doing it. That's why I always do it, because I always feel better after I do this show than when I started it. So I really appreciate every single one of y'all. Again, shout out to the 5th Bantha for sending us all those great fucking super memberships. Make sure you get one of those, gobble those up. We had a lot of fun today. And if you didn't have fun, let me know in the chat. If you did have fun, let me know in the chat. Because we love to hear from y'all, man. To be honest with you, we don't have that many friends. I mean, Alex doesn't. So make sure you go ahead and comment so that we can hang out with y'all and learn y'all's likes and dislikes. Just wanted to give the shouts out. Shout out to Derpy Entertainment. Shout out to Lil Frothy. Shout out to Talking Turd. Shout out to Othelia. Shout out to Gers and Purrs. Shout out to Buddha Cafe for his contribution at the beginning with voicemail. And shout out to my boy, my brother, 5th Bantha. This is the Bantha Bunch Show. I am your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill. If you're watching on Nerds at Night, if you're watching on Nerds at Night on Twitter, or if you're watching on the Drunk Bantha's channel on YouTube, all I got to say to you is I love you, Thank you for watching. Join us next week, every Thursday, 8 p.m., 8:15 p.m. Pacific time, and every Monday at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. Couldn't have had a better night. Emotionally. I could definitely perform better, but couldn't have had a better night emotionally with you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be seeing you. Peace. Go home. No, don't go home.